my name is Kelly Violet and this is Pets Try It. Today I am here to talk about diabetes with your pets. Important thing to know is that I am not a veterinarian. The information I'm going to give you is what I have gleaned from talking to my own veterinarian and some research that I've done online. So this is Baby. He is my 12-year-old domestic short-haired kitty. He was diagnosed as diabetic about 2 weeks ago, and we are working on trying to figure out why he's suddenly diabetic, but more importantly, working on treating his diabetes. Since he is diabetic, we are starting him on insulin. We've changed his food to a very high protein diet, something with a lot less carbohydrates, in an effort to try and lower his blood sugar to a more normal range. Recently he's been sitting around about 500, and we're trying to get him back down to about 100. So in order to do that, we are giving him insulin. The insulin that we're using is called glargine. It is considered one of the best insulins for cats. It's a long-acting insulin. In humans they use it about once a day. In cats we use it twice a day, right about feeding time. The problem with glargine, also known as Lantus, is that it is brand name and it is very expensive. 1,000 units runs about $350, and you're supposed to replace those vials each month. So theoretically, having a diabetic cat could cost you $350 a month just for the insulin alone. So what we did was ordered glargine in a Solo Star pen. This is what it looks like. He wants to check it out. It is 3 mils, which is 300 units. Chances are that by the time I'm ready to throw this away, it will be empty. Basically in humans they recommend that once you've opened a vial that you replace it 1 month later. So in animals, most veterinarians will tell you anywhere from 2 to 6 months. I'm not sure that I would want to go 6 months with an open insulin container, just because I feel like that's really pushing the limits. So once this is done, I expect that we'll be closer to the 3-month mark. Oh, come on, with the toenails. Ow! Anyway, so this is what I use. Online I've read that it's not necessarily recommended to use the little pen needles that you can purchase, because it's not very accurate dosing. This thing goes all the way from 1 unit to 80. I may change my mind about using the pen needles, but for now I am using this as a vial and then using your standard U100 insulin syringes to draw up. Now, the thing with these is this is the smallest size syringe for insulin that's available, and it measures 100 units at a time, so each hash mark on it is 2 units. And when you start a cat on insulin, you generally start at 1 unit, so it is really hard to measure. Baby is now on 2 units twice a day, so we're getting pretty accurate measurement. Probably shouldn't chew on that. It's probably not healthy. So that's what we're using. As well as buying the insulin, which by the way, this was $130 instead of $350. I bought this online and was able to buy a single pen, so it's a little bit more cost effective for those of us who don't have $350 or $500 sitting around to buy the 5 pens that this usually comes in as a set. I also bought a glucometer. It's your diabetes testing supplies. This is AlphaTrack. It's made by Abbott. Abbott also makes some human diabetes testing supplies. However, this one is actually made for cats and dogs, so you can set it at their levels and you know you're getting an accurate read. This is the same machine that my veterinarian uses for their routine blood glucose monitoring, besides the other testing options that they have available that I don't at home. So this is the one that I use. It was on Amazon for about $60, much better than $600. I think it used to go for like 120 or more, so this is a great deal now. A lot of people, it looks like online, have started using this machine with the freestyle testing strips. The strips are supposed to be specific to human or animal, so your mileage may vary on that. I'm purchasing the actual Alpha Track strips, which run about $1 a piece, so you get 50 of them for about $50. Not super cost effective compared to the human things. Basically I've spent 120 buying extra strips and then this, whereas in human medication you can actually get a reader thingy for free, and then I think that the strips tend to cost somewhere around 1/3 the cost that this stuff is. So this is what I'm using for now because I want to do a really good job of making sure that we get his insulin levels under control. I may test out some other options later for you if anybody is interested in it. So that is where we are right now on baby's insulin and his diabetes. He is due for an ultrasound to see if we can figure out why he's diabetic. I'm hoping that it's not cancer, but if it is, we'll talk about those options and what's going on with that and what we're going to do depending on what we find out. So once we find out, I will make another video and talk about all of that. So for now, these are the things that you start out with. You get your monitor, hopefully, you get your insulin, and you get what you can afford, and you get your insulin syringes. And then of course you have your cat. So if you liked this video, if you have any questions besides medical questions that I can't answer because I'm not a veterinarian, please feel free to leave a comment below. If you would like to see my next video where I go into more detail about this and maybe talk about some of the other things going on with pets, including my dogs, please subscribe below so that you will get notified when I come out with another video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a fabulous day.